Hi, I'm Lori and welcome to my apartment. Well, it's very rainy and dreary here, and I think that's just perfect for fall. I'm really enjoying it. I don't usually enjoy dreary days, but usually 3 days in a row of real dreary and I'll get depressed. I've thought that I've had seasonal depression before, but this year I'm kind of enjoying it. I wanted to talk today about just my path, I guess, to God, coming to God. And when I used to go to Bible school when I was little, and then I went to actual church, and I went to I didn't know this at the time, but it was more of like a hellfire church, like you're all going to hell if you don't get with Jesus, and um, you better be a good Christian, that kind of thing. I didn't know that. But my first time at church, there was like a call to the altar after the preacher screamed at us. So I went up to the altar and got saved, and I kind of went out of fear. I was scared to death and I was bawling. But I went to the altar and I guess got saved. And eventually I didn't want to go to church anymore, and I told them that I didn't want to go to church. And I think I don't know if I was a teenager or what, but the church bus kept coming. They'd knock on the door and want me to come, and I just didn't want to go, and I stopped going. And I would go like on Easter Sunday if like somebody invited me or something. And eventually I just kind of I left God, and I did more of started to explore other paths like Buddhism and yoga, and I just kind of searching, and I always would listen to things that would kind of shit on Christianity and kind of giggle to myself about it, which is all kind of, it's all ego basically. And I would judge real Christian people, even though those were people in my family. Now, my mom she believes in Jesus, and she was raised in the church, but she doesn't go to church or anything like that. And my dad just never really talked about it. But eventually, I became an alcoholic and ruined my life, and my sister ended up passing away from combination of diabetes and alcoholism. And she was 7 years younger than me, and I started praying heavily then, and I got sober. Like, my rock bottom was finding out that she was going to die, and I was suicidal at the time. So and I attempted suicide. It was kind of a lame attempt, but didn't follow all the way through with it. I gave up because it didn't really work. So, but yeah, I went into the hospital and detox, and I had COVID at the time, was sent home. But I just prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and my life continued to, I got kicked out of an apartment, was homeless. My friend took me in. Eventually I got to a halfway house to where I could get to recovery. But in between that time, I did start going to church, and even before I got to the halfway house, and then I started going to church regularly. if I said that right. But but I was really just, it was grief from my sister dying and all the bad shit I'd done, and I felt like I needed to be forgiven, and everything was real heavy. But I'm several years sober now, and I kind of still, every time I would like pray for God's will, or let your will be done, not mine, and feel like I was surrendered, I'd just have the heaviest, worst days. And I just felt like I still had that connection of grief, like with my higher power. I'd started in fear and then grief, and now just I'm close to, I'm not there, but I'm close. I'm over 4.5 years sober, and it's just now like starting to change, and I don't know if I needed to heal more or just keep working the program or what. Now I went through a period where I was kind of on a pink cloud where everything was great and I just loved everybody, and that happened. I don't. That was for a while, and I wasn't working very much, but I didn't have much money. But I was definitely having a lot of fun activities, like with people in recovery. I'm a little more disciplined now, to where I work more, and I'm not quite as poor. So, but it's just starting to change, like my relationship, and I can feel like a change within me, and I'm not sure exactly how it happened or what, but I feel like it's more like I can connect to my higher power through, and I through recovery, I pray every day, and some days would be good, but like when I start out the morning praying for God's will, it would just be like Murphy's Law, bad thing after bad thing after bad thing, and then a heavy day until I was just, I guess, humbled, like, kind of just down. And I don't think that's really surrender. It's kind of like a pushing down. But I mean, that's still better than drinking. But now I just feel like it's more peaceful, and maybe I had more resistance to what's going on. I mean, I'm not completely open. I don't love everything, and I'm not in complete surrender, but maybe it's a little bit more. But I'm not real joyous, and people say I'm bubbly, but I don't see it. I just feel like I'm more kind of calm or level. Sometimes I can be bubbly, but yeah, it's just more connecting through peace, and not having to have everything my way, I guess. But so it's really good just to connect in a different way instead of those other ways. And I don't know if other people have experienced this or not, but I just want to put that out there. So, all right, love you guys. Bye.